Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia and Neil's Messy House. You shouldn't have to explain where you're from. It would have made more sense to explain that you're his cousin. But I digress. Anyway, our party arrives here at Neil's house, and just looking at him, you know that he's gotten strong. How? No. And Kara's her usual tearful, happy self. I know I'm not all that happy during, a lot of this Let's Play, but, half of it's for fun and half of it is just me making more out of minor annoyances than I really should. But it makes me laugh, so hopefully it makes somebody else laugh too. A wonderful smell. Considering it looks like he hasn't cleaned lately, probably not so true. Kara was probably right. She just has no tact. And for a princess, she probably should have some. Yeah. That is absolutely disgusting and very childish. Again, childish. Yeah, Kara, I would go outside if I were you. I'm behind you for a little bit of this game. Why didn't you go outside, Kara? Why would you just kind of sit there? Anyway. Seth, well, didn't he just get eaten by a massive fish a little while ago? I don't think he's coming back, guys. Yeah, you already said that. Are you all going to say the same junk? I can't even talk to you. Anyway, talk to him. A lot of things since then. There are 4 inventions in his room. Have a look. Okay. I don't know why we have to do this, but here's an oxygen tank. 1 minute worth of air. Don't know how to do it, huh? These are airplane wings. Fly like a bird. The body's too big and you need a runway to take off, so the rest of it is hidden in the desert. That's not very helpful. Here we have a telescope. And here we have a camera. Takes 30 minutes to take a picture. Bright red like a rabbit's. Actually, I've seen some rabbits. Like, I used to have rabbits as pets. One of them had red eyes almost all the time. It was actually kind of an unnerving sight, considering the size of the rabbit was very small, and the eyes just had that evilness to them. But she was pleasant enough. Anyway, we found all 4. Well, something about Neil's father, blah, blah, blah. And we're on some quest that we don't know much about to get all the mystic statues. That's not interesting. It's called insanity. Will suffers from it. If you think it's interesting, I think you're a little insane too. Oh. What do they share in common? And if you remember from before, Cygnus was the constellation that Will and Kara saw from the raft. And it wasn't a really good picture, so I didn't hang the scene on it long enough for you to really take a picture. I don't actually know if that's an actual constellation. I would assume so, but my astronomy skills are not what they should be. They really are not. I used to share the interest, but lately, as in, the last 5 to 10 years, I just haven't really had the motivation. Huh? What does that have to do with Cygnus? Why are we all of a sudden talking about the Tower of Babel? And unfortunately, it's not the Tower of Babel, like in Final Fantasy IV, but oh well. Middle of a ground painting of the big white bird, big white bird. I'll be able to say it, just you wait. New red star. Oh yeah, we saw the red star. A little comment on that. Okay. That's not an actual sentence. Anyway. Something going to happen. The Nazca Group ground paintings. Weeks walk east of here. Go? Since we have no other options at this point, we might be able to go back to the city right now. I don't know. But there's no real reason to, assuming we don't already have everything. Anyway. Oh, apparently my friends don't want to stay in this messy house all by themselves. Go figure. And the group took the weeks walked through the desert to get to where we're supposed to go. Notice, I think the Tower of Babel is to the left over there. Can't go there yet. Give you a little kind of hint about it on the map there. You can kind of see it in the top left corner. You may have to pause the video to, really see it. But anyway, here we are at the Nazca Plain. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I am. And, of course, a week's travel happens in about 10 seconds. Gotta love that. At least it wasn't a long one. The Condor. No one knows why, huh? Probably because they were bored. I could see it. I get bored, I do random things that don't make a hell of a lot of sense. Seems to work for me. Go see for yourselves. Now, what we have to do at this point is we have to talk to everybody. Kara is going to head over here, and you'll have one line with her, and then she's going to move. So I'm going to talk to her first, and you'll have to talk to her again. 2 days in a row? Really? Really? What is wrong with you people? Stop calling me. People are like butt dialing me for no apparent reason. They leave no message and it hangs up right away. I have no idea what these people are doing. Anyway, Kara walks away after you talk to her, so now we can go talk to everybody else. And Eric is a scaredy cat. Wait for everybody else. Okay, so we have to go down here and talk to these two. Go to school, study, and play. Isn't all a dream? Matrix concept? Hey, well, maybe. Could have been the translators trying to throw in a reference to that. Though I don't know if... This came out in 94. I don't even remember when the Matrix came out. It's probably in the 2000s. So probably not. Though, again, the concept of the Matrix, having, the world not being a real world or being a dream world, that's existed long before there was actually a movie to make it famous. Pattern to the rocks. Well, I won't talk about it yet. Alright, where's Kara? There you are. Condor's stomach. You might find eggs. Why? Because he ate eggs? Or because she has eggs? Either way, one, it's a painting, so you're not going to find, something that the condor ate, and you do not lay eggs from your stomach. Whatever, Kara's insane. Alright, let's go down to the bottom left of the screen. Here we'll meet this thing. Whee! Can't do anything. If you try and leave, Will won't do it. So we have to head all the way back over where, now that we've chased that guy off screen. Where are they? Oh no, I can't find them. Where are my friends? There we are. They're way back up here. They're not really saying anything all that interesting. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Somewhere on this plane. Oh. Where have you seen it? So the Condor looks like Cygnus, the constellation that we saw. Now I'm pretty sure you know what those rocks, their orientation has to do with, something. Why they're oriented that way. Yeah, we already got this. You don't need to point it out. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. If you're actually paying attention to the plot, it's obvious. And if you are paying attention to the plot, I feel sorry for you. Ah, would you look at that? Though you can't really see because it's just, the screen is so large that you only get like, you know, maybe a quarter of, well, not even a quarter, you probably only get like maybe like a, I don't know, a tenth of the amount of size that, you know, each screen is about a tenth of the overall area. Anyway, here they want to find out where the red star was. The constellation that we saw earlier was confusing as all hell, so it's hard to find out where it was. But I know it's just at the left foot, so I don't know what happens if you select the other ones. It's been so long since I've actually done it, so I'm assuming it wouldn't stop or halt the progress of the game, considering the obvious, but it'll probably make you choose again. Anyway, the joint of the left foot. So we're going to go check this out. Now I'm just going to wait for these guys because they're slow. Now I believe it's down here. Yeah. This is the joint of the left leg, apparently. So let's talk to everybody. Okay, yes. 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 Never solved. Riddle in a constellation. How is that romantic? And why are you telling me this instead of your actual love interest? No, they're not going to give us a love triangle. Thank God. Anyway, press A button right here. And we have a tile buried in the sand. And a rumbling sound. Something huge is coming down. From where? Hey! Who invented teleportation? I want teleportation. Here we are at the Sky Garden, the first real dungeon that you probably want a map for. Anyway, this is like the Sky Gardens floating above the drawing, as you can kind of see in the background there. Okay. An airport? So yeah, basically, you know, alien landing point. Yeah, we get the reference game. Anyway, let's talk to these guys and attack them. Yeah, more Moon Tribe guys. And that's all we get from you. Our mode of transportation. 4 crystal balls. Again, 4 crystals. Find each one in clockwise order, which means we gotta start with the east and end in the west. Okay. That doesn't make a lot of sense until later. Do note that there is a dark space here, though I do not need it right now. And this place does get confusing. Very confusing. Sky Garden. The first area here, not particularly hard to figure out. These guys blow up. So you don't want to you don't want to get hit by those falling pieces of these ringworms or whatever the hell they are, because they will blow up and they will deal some damage to you. Come back here. Anyway, here we have these guys. If you strike them, they shoot their fists. So if you stay right in the middle, it won't really matter, and they won't even be able to hurt you. They also shoot lasers, which you do not want to get hit by. So yeah, there's that. You want to avoid that. Now when hitting them from the side, you want to stay below them so that you don't take any damage from when they shoot their fists. That one didn't get a chance to do it, but you kind of saw it already. Alright, take out you, get that. This is the first path. These 4 paths, you know, this is the first one, the one on the east. They don't interconnect in any way. They're all their own unique path. Here we get a red jewel. Now let's take on this guy. Avoid getting hit by those things. Let's kill you. And over here. Yeah, see, if you stand in the wrong spot, you'll get hit. And these blue ones, the blue whatever they are, big robot soldier dudes, rock'em sock'em robots, I don't know, they will shoot them and then they'll disappear. On the back side here, and don't explain to me how you can jump and have be, you know, support on the underside of a platform that's floating in midair, but these guys. These are orange ones. These ones, as you can see, they go back. So you want to avoid, you know, standing in the way. It would also be good if you didn't stand in the way of, you know, more obvious forms of damage. Like, you know, things running right at you. But then again, whatever. Alright. So, do that. Wait for them to do that. And then go back and try again. As you've seen before, and as I've mentioned before, you can... Ow! You can... oh, what is it? I can't remember. Anyway, watch out for these guys on this side, because as you can see, they shoot more randomly all over the place, and you're more likely to get hit by their exploding balls of whatever when you're over here. But anyway, just avoid that guy. You can't kill him. He's not an enemy, so... Now let's avoid getting hit by you. Ew, run away, run away, run away. So far, this path has been pretty straightforward. So there hasn't been a whole lot that you can get lost at. Over here is where we were before, and then to head back, you'll just head down there, because once I'm finished with this path, I will just be going back off screen. It's not all that hard to figure out. Alright. Take out this guy, take a little bit of damage, get a little bit of healing, lucky me. Let's try and not get hit around here. Now, if I remember right, let's take out some of the... well, ow! Go away! You're starting to deal a lot of damage to me. Anyway, there we take off the last enemy in here. Ow. They actually show a little shadow, so you know you're going to get hit. I ran right into it. There are two places to, you know, I guess it's not really drop down, but to head back to where we were, the upper side there. So let's go over to this side. Here we have an interesting and extremely annoying enemy. You strike it. Okay, you strike it. You strike it. And then you get attacked by the sword. Now, there we go. Take it out eventually. Now we can use our telekinesis to move that. And in here we get the crystal ball. That's one of 4 that we'll get in this area, obviously. And now we can pop back down to the other side. Now, that's not the only thing we can do in the east path over here. So let's head back, and this is where we were earlier. So let's head right at the fork. And there's another place we can drop off. As you can see here, we still have 1 enemy and 1 chest to acquire. Ow! There's my HP bonus. Thank you. Anyway, here we get an herb. So anyway, I'm just going to backtrack back to the center location there. And that's pretty much all the time I have for this episode anyway. So next time we'll meet back in the center there. And then we can continue on with another path. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.